Yes, okay, you've figured out my video formula. Just make videos talking about Vancouver stuff. Yeah, I know. It's very predictable. But in this video, we're not only targeting the Vancouver audience because there is a very big portion of the fanbase that is indeed made up of Detroit Red Wings fans. I know I love you guys, but I will say the Red Wings have not been the best team in the league this year by a very big long shot, and there's nobody in Detroit that can tell me that I'm wrong about that. But yesterday, the Detroit Red Wings made history on a number of fronts, first and foremost, because in their 4-1 victory over the Florida Panthers, we saw some very good showings from a few specific people on the Wings, and we also had a few records that I wanted to go over here right as well. So, first off, hey, yes, the Florida Panthers were the last team in the NHL that did not have a regulation loss, and that is absolutely crazy. The reason people weren't really talking about it was mostly because the Florida Panthers, despite the fact that they legitimately were playing well in their not losing in regulation streak, they had a pretty easy schedule compared to a lot of the other teams in their division. They played a lot of the weaker teams over and over and over again, so even though it was a pretty big feat that they had not been defeated in regulation until yesterday, the quality of the competition was something that a lot of people took a look at when they were discussing that. So, after this win, though, if you go over to the NHL standings, the Florida Panthers are still doing well, don't get me wrong. They're third in the Central Division behind the Lightning and the Hurricanes, and the Red Wings, well, they're last, which isn't surprising, but you know, it is what it is. However, this 4-1 victory saw some very interesting records being broken. Here's the one that I want to go over first because it's kind of spectacular. For the first time since October 29th, 2019, so 467 days ago, a goalie other than Jonathan Bernier has won a game for the Red Wings. The Wings were 0-29-4 with Bernier out until Thomas Greiss beat the Florida Panthers today. And yes, Thomas Greiss, big props to you, bud. I saw a whole bunch of Islanders fans coming out here on the Red Wings Instagram page saying, yes, Greiss, go out there, win yourself a game. We miss you, bud. Greiss had himself a game against the Florida Panthers, actually putting up a very nice clutch performance. But overall, you know, it's not even just Thomas Greiss who performed well against the Florida Panthers yesterday. We saw ourselves some very interesting shifts in the lineup. Anthony Mantha was a big scratch, which was very intriguing to see. A lot of Red Wings fans would go out there and say, wow, big ups to Jeff Blashill for actually going out and doing the right thing, scratching Anthony Mantha, whose work effort just really hasn't been there throughout the entire 2021 season, despite the fact that the guy got a big contract in the summer. He's out here not really doing the best like we know he is capable of so far in the Red Wings lineup. He was taken out. Giovanni Smith was a guy who was pushed up in the lineup, and what did he do? Oh boy, he got himself a goal, he got himself an assist, and he got himself a fight. It's the beloved Gordie Howe hat trick over here. And that was a pretty big deal. Obviously, it's a bigger deal to Detroit fans because Gordie Howe, Red Wings, you get what I'm talking about here. But hey, Giovanni Smith, a guy that I've been a fan of for the past few years, really nice to see him get his opportunity, go out there, actually contribute in a multitude of ways out there for the Red Wings as they took us and gave the Florida Panthers their very first regulation loss in the season. Going back to the Greiss thing, though, I just can't believe that it had been way over a year since the Red Wings won a game without Jonathan Bernier. Like, I know the Red Wings have been bad, but that is just so difficult to comprehend over a calendar year's worth of time. My goodness. Speaking about crazy Red Wings stats, hey, take a look at this. This is the first time they have won a game by 3+ goals in 422 days. And only the second time they've won by 3 or more goals since the start of the 2019-20 season. We're in 2021. So, yeah, we're kind of hitting it home, right? The point that the Red Wings have been bad, and the fact that they actually came out here and won a game against Florida is not only a big deal because it's the first regulation loss for the Panthers, but because the fashion in which the Red Wings won, where they were actually working out there, they were properly forechecking, properly backchecking, properly defending, and doing a lot of things right. It's nice to see. Obviously, the Red Wings are still a bad team. We know that. They're not going to be like this every single night. It'd be nice if they would be like that, but they played well last night. And you know who else played well last night? Oh boy, just a guy who was on the right side, was one of the better defenders on the Red Wings. A guy who last night was clapping bombs and trying to go out there, setting up some very nice plays. It's Troy from Richmond. Let's go over Troy Stecher. We took 5 minutes to get to this topic, but hey man, I want to talk about Stecher because this guy put up 2 assists in yesterday's win against the Panthers. 2 very good right defenseman plays. The first one, as we noted, was a shot on goal. It was tipped a little bit. It was Mark Stahl eventually who got it and he put it in, so Mark Stahl has a goal too. Finally actually doing something out there for the Red Wings. Mark Stahl is amazing. Troy Stecher also got himself an assist on the Robbie Fabry goal where he centered it out for Giovanni Smith. A very nice play there, a nice situational awareness for Troy Stecher. So 2 assists on the board here for him, and honestly, just reading the overall fan reception of Troy Stecher, it's just been very positive to see. And I love how so many Red Wings fans are out here just talking about how good this player is and how much of a positive impact he has had for the Red Wings hockey team. And if we go over here, take a look at the numbers behind last night's win. Take a look at this. I love seeing this right here. The Panthers lost their first game in regulation against the Red Wings, of course. Troy Stecher, which we liked always, played a really strong game. An 80.6% share at expected goals for was the best result amongst all skaters. He has been the best defenseman of Detroit in this season so far. And the graphic that they tweet out over here, Andy and Rona from Hockey Stats CZ, has Troy Stecher's overall statistical performance against the Panthers. 5v5 expected goals share, 80.6%. 5v5 Corsi share, 63%. My gosh, dude. If you don't know what these means, pretty much means that when Troy Stecher is out there on the ice, the Red Wings are getting more chances for and giving up fewer chances against. And that is just the ultimate kind of compliment you can give for a guy that was ultimately mistreated by the organization he was with before. The reply to this tweet, it's so funny. You could just scroll and scroll and scroll. You go to the retweets and the quote tweets, you see so many Vancouver fans coming over here saying, "Oh, Stecher, man, we miss you." This kind of guy. This kind of guy would have been great on the Canucks right now, wouldn't he have been? And look at the cap hit, $1.7 million a season. How the heck is the guy who is literally the best on the Red Wings, the guy who was able to play for the Red Wings with a very high expected goals for percentage against the Florida Panthers, who were one of the better teams in their division, not the best by any means, but hey, they hadn't lost in regulation until last night. How the heck is the guy who is good enough to play against that team on one of the worst teams in the league gonna be seen as an afterthought by Jim Benning? I don't even know what to say anymore, man. Because I know, Red Wings fans, you're very kind, you're very positive about your prospects, you love the hockey team, etc., but you all know that your team is not really supposed to be all too great right now. But at the end of the day, the little victories, the small things, these are the things that we can cheer about. Giovanni Smith, Gordie Howe hat-trick, Mark Stahl finally getting a goal, Troy Stecher being the best defenseman on the Wings. I love seeing the success, I really do. The Red Wings are my 3rd favorite team. I'd rather have them experiencing good, great, and wonderful things in the sport of hockey than not. But it does kind of smidgen the edges of my soul a little bit whenever I see how good Troy Stecher is. Because this kind of guy would have been great for Vancouver in 2021. The heart and soul, man. This is the guy who'd always puke during the warm-ups because he always works so hard. This guy'd probably be better than Tyler Myers, to be honest. Might get out-muscled on the puck a little bit more, but hey, at least the effort and the breakout passes are there. Talk to me in the comments whether you're a Detroit fan or a Vancouver fan. We got another Vancouver Canucks video coming later today. We're talking about Demko and Dumba, plus we have the hype stream for the Canucks versus the Leafs game because, of course we do. But all that stuff will be dealt with later in the day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you think. So that Trolls 99. And bye.